When was the last time you sat across from someone and actually watched their face? Not glanced, not half listened while your thumb was already moving, really watched. The way their eyes shift before they say something they don't fully believe. The way someone's jaw tightens right before they pretend everything is fine. The way a person's whole body says, "I need help," while their mouth says, "I'm okay." You used to be able to read that. We all did. Now I'm not so sure we still can. For most of human history, survival depended on one single skill above almost everything else. Not fire, not tools, not language. It was the ability to read other people. To sense danger in a stranger's posture. To feel the shift in a room before a fight broke out. To know, without a single word being exchanged, whether someone could be trusted. This wasn't mysticism. This was biology. Tens of thousands of years of evolution wiring the human nervous system to be an instrument of social perception. A radar so finely tuned that researchers at UC Berkeley found people can detect micro-expressions, genuine flickers of emotion across someone's face, in as little as 1/15th of a second. 1/15th of a second. Your brain was built for this, but what happens to a muscle you never use? The average person now spends over 6 hours a day interacting with screens. And for people under 25, those hours aren't filled with video calls or long conversations. They're filled with content, fast content, curated content, content that has been engineered, deliberately, scientifically, ruthlessly engineered, to flatten human complexity into something you can react to in under 3 seconds. And somewhere in that trade, something ancient and irreplaceable started to quietly disappear. Dr. Sherry Turkle, a psychologist at MIT who has spent 4 decades studying how technology reshapes human identity, put it simply. She said, "We are losing the ability to be alone with our thoughts, and therefore, we are losing the ability to be present with each other. Not distracted, not rude, losing the ability." That's not a critique, that's a diagnosis. Think about what it actually means to understand another human being. Not just what they say, what they don't say. The pause that comes right before a truth. The laugh that sounds like joy but lands like grief. The eye contact someone holds for exactly 1 second too long because they're desperate for you to ask them how they're really doing. These signals exist everywhere, in every conversation, in every relationship, and they are entirely invisible if you don't know how to look. The people who mastered this were never the loudest in the room. They were the ones who listened with their whole body, who let silence breathe, who noticed the thing everyone else walked right past. And because of that noticing, they led, they healed, they connected, they changed rooms without saying a single word. This is not a lost art, not yet, but it is a fading one. I say this not to alarm you, but because it's true, and you deserve the truth. Every generation that loses a skill believes it doesn't need it, right up until the moment they do. We stopped navigating by stars when GPS arrived. We stopped memorizing numbers when phones remembered them for us. Each time we told ourselves it was progress, and maybe it was, but there are things you cannot outsource, things that the moment you hand them to a machine or a platform or an algorithm, you don't just lose the skill, you lose the self that the skill built. Because reading people isn't just about reading people, it's about developing the kind of emotional depth that makes you trustworthy, present, and genuinely alive to the world around you. It's what makes you human in the fullest possible sense of that word. And we are raising an entire generation that is more comfortable with notifications than with nuance, who have never had to sit in awkward silence long enough to understand what awkward silence is saying. So what do we do with that? We practice, we look up, we put the phone face down at the dinner table, not because it's polite, but because the person across from us is irreplaceable, and they won't always be there. We have the courage to be in a conversation without an exit, to stay in a difficult moment instead of reaching for distraction, to ask the second question, not "how are you?" but no, really, how are you? We remember that every human face is a story written in real time, and that learning to read it is not a soft skill, It is the hardest, richest, most rewarding thing you will ever do. The screen will always be there, glowing, waiting, offering you the world in a format that requires nothing from you. But the person standing in front of you, eyes full of something they haven't found the words for yet, they need something the screen will never be able to give. They need you, all of you, paying attention.